It's just nothing to.
The first process has run successfully. So before we went for lunch, we were creating a channel that will create file pairs from our read data, right? Are we all up to there? Do you have a channel which has now, yeah? In this statement here.
In this line number 59.
Make sure you have that. If you're not there, just put something in sticker. You can look it up on the internet. So this is a tool that will enable us to reprocess the data. That is, get rid of adapted sequences, trim reads, as per the specified length, all that. So we are going to write a process for that as well. So the same syntax. Again, keyword process, and then the name, how do you want us to call it? Process. Fast P process, right? Yeah. Or fast P. Yes, fast P run, I don't know. Okay. And then we have directives, as you know, the normal routines. Inputs, outputs, and then we have the script. Okay. So directives here. So this is a tool that it's not available at the moment. We don't have it. So if you try typing here, if you try typing fast P and auto completion, that tool is not available locally, right? Yeah. So if I run this, it will tell me command not found. Okay? So we learned about how we can install these tools on our machines, right? So one option was to use, we can use Conda. Yeah. And then which channel is it in the Conda? It's in the BioConda, right? BioConda. Those two dots, and then you can just say fast P. Okay? And we can here state other directives such as CPUs, maybe 1 to 2 CPUs to use. I think that's enough for now. Our inputs. So what do we expect this tool to consume? So if you look up in the internet, compare the data, a simple list of compare the data, you need your first read forward, and then reverse, and the output same. Yeah. So the only difference is that those options have different different flags specifying forward and reverse reads. Okay. So already we have an idea of how the script should look like. Our inputs are going to be, remember this is the channel we created here from the file pairs is a channel that has the sample ID and a list of the files. So the forward and the reverse. So you can run the script again to see what the output is. So next program, how did I call the script? Exercise 2, illustration input. I'll do resume, 7.1. I have an error. Enter the script. Please accept. Let me just put this first, but I'm not running it. So I already know this is how it's gonna run. I have an idea. For the new line in Nextflow, you use this type of backslashes. I have an idea, that's how it's gonna run. Then I just want to see the structure of this reads channel that I create from the file with pairs. Okay, there we go. So if you see clearly, it's an array that has the first element as a sample ID here. Can you see this? Yeah, this is a sample ID. And then the second element is an array which gives us as a first element the forward read, this one, and the second element there, the reverse read, right?
Yeah.
So this thing in Nextflow we call it a tuple. Okay? Where the value using the keyword, say it's a sample ID here, and a path which is this. Okay? A tuple with the sample ID as a key and the other array will constitute the reads. Okay. So what we need to do now is we know that fast P is going to produce still files in FASTQ format. Okay. So we will still maintain the same structure, whereby we want the channel to have the sample ID and the reads as a tuple. Yeah, the sample ID there acts as a key and the reads as the values. Now, how do we plug in this information into our script? When you look at the channel as it is, what you're interested in is identifying in this reads value what index is it in our array. So Groovy uses zero-based indexing. So if we were to do if we were to extract the first element in this array, it will be index 0. And this is gonna be index 1, 0, 1. So, but within index 1, we have 2 elements. So the first will be index 1, 0. And the second element will be index 1, 1. Right? Okay, so let's try and plug that in here. So we know that this is gonna be reads, so reads 1 0. And then our output so our output we want to name it in such a way that we are able to distinguish whether these reads have been pre-processed or not. So instead of using this naming system here, we can change that to be, so it's going to take the prefix, our sample ID, our prefix, and then we're going to put something like trim 1 dot ASCII, and the second one sample ID trim and 2. Okay, so we have that. So this will not run because I think the output channel expects our path, the files that we're going to produce from this process to have this kind of suffixes. So instead of doing like that, we can say that we want to output everything that has okay. change this a little bit to ensure So output channels will produce files that have this subject. So to test whether this process will run successfully, I'm commenting out the conda directive, and we will attempt to run it without this first P. So what we do here is now call it here as a first P run, and it's going to take this channel, the reads channel as its input. Okay. And we can call this as stream reads channel. Okay. And maybe we can put here a tag as the label of our sample ID. So for every task, the process is gonna show the sample ID as the task is running. Okay. So let's try and run this and see whether we're gonna be successful. Let's run it. Already I'm bumping into an error. How many have faced a similar? Okay.
Additional
directive. Okay, within the process that will allow Nextflow to download, create a conda environment for this particular process. Yeah, it's still not working because I need to incorporate a configuration file. We call it nextflow.config, which is gonna specify which is gonna enable conda to be used. A nextflow.config file. And if I do this, it's gonna create a conda environment. Okay. Within the work directory. Okay, and attempt to run the script. So okay. Yeah, it's running. I mean, it has downloaded it has created the conda environment, but it's telling me that it has failed to open open file. So let me see.
But that means that your fast P command line is probably wrong, right?
Yeah.
Because it's got as fast running fast P, but then that must be wrong. Can you sorry, John. If I was debugging this script as a script, I would put things like echo statements to see what the script is doing. Or I'd put a sh minus x, I'd put a set minus x in there or something like that. In fact, set minus x is probably a good idea. Do you get to see the standard output in Nextflow?
Let's see it in one of these.
But I mean, what I mean is if you put above the fast P, because that's the actual shell script that we're looking at, right?
Yeah, but
if you put set minus x, do you actually see what's going on? No, not looking at set. Do you actually see what's going on with the shell script when you run it?
Yeah, we can.
Or does standard out get
we can still be able to see what's happening.
Because there's a file in the work directory, right, that captures the standard out.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Let me see. Okay. Now you see?
Yeah.
It's now we've stated our input data. So I guess going back.
That's interesting. Why is it making read 2?
Yeah. Just a moment. Change this syntax here. And then we'll try it again.
But I don't understand your. Oh, it is part. I'm guessing that you've got a problem with your channel.
It's a channel.
Wait, no, that looks right to me.
Yeah, it looks okay. I think it's a channel. But I look at the commands.
That's it. Are those files in that folder? Those files, are they in that work folder?
Yeah,
Retrieved files are
No, those are output files.
yeah, those are the output files, but the input files are there.
No, they all look good to me. So I don't. So when Nextflow runs, when it runs that process, is it actually running in that work directory?
Yes.
So whatever you see in the work directory is what the Nextflow process sees.
So let me.
Well, then can you add it as more debugging? Can you add an ls before the fast speed command?
This.
Yeah. Or let's just ls srr something, srr star or something like that. Yeah, that could also something like that. So in other words, you can actually treat it just like a shell script.
Yeah.
Well, is that a valid file? Oh, hang on. I hope you're not using my test files. just check if those files are decent, right? Just zcat them to see that they are like correct files. Are you using my test data for this thing? That wasn't designed for those aren't actual proper fast view files. I don't know if there is good data in them. Can you just zcat like one of those files from your folder? And just check, because it could be corrupted data for all I know. It wasn't designed for one. Yeah, it should be FastQ reads, not a gzip file. Yeah, sorry. It's got nothing to do with you, John. It's got nothing. It's just, what file is that? Just do run file on it. Can you just run file on that file? Okay, that's a symbolic link. Just to the okay, just that thing that it links to, that part. Yeah, just file that. I'm not sure what that actually is that we've got. Okay, just more it. Just give more it. Yeah. It's not actually gzipped. It's actually fast. But this is. I just needed to have some files we could download, so I made them up and forgot that I'd ungzipped them and things like that. So that's why your thing's not working. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But that means that, okay, it's not going to be easy to fix. But what we can do is I will fix the data on our side. I will gzip it for real, okay? And then your script will probably start working.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why, but I think your script is right.
Yeah.
It's just that the data is wrong. But we will fix it up so that people can do it in their own time.
peux télécharger deux fichiers même chose par NCBI, deux fichiets GZ NCBI, et puis on va l'appeler file 1, et puis avec la même structure, quoi. Et puis on va tester pour voir si c'est ça.
But you know what you can do? This is a total hack. This is a total hack. Can I have the keyboard? This is just to make this thing work. Just let me do a hack. Okay. So what I want to do is because what's it's not actually doing a test to see if it's debugged. It's just believing the file extension. Okay. So I'm going to move reads the first thing to reads 1.fq. Okay. And then I'm going to move the second one to reads 2.fq. And then I'm going to reads 1.fq, and then I'm going to do this reads 2.fq, but then we must take the GZ off the end here and change that as well. And change this one. And I'm now reasonably certain that this will work.
Cross. Finger cross.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was it. By the way, that was an interesting illustration. Okay, some bioinformatics tools can handle compressed, in other words, gzipped files, as well as dealing with files that are not gzipped. Okay, and the gzipped. But the thing is this: if you are a solid programmer, you read the file and see, is this file gzipped or not? If you want to make a shortcut, you look at the file name and then you say, if it ends in GZ, it's gzipped. What had happened there is that even though the files end in gzip, they are not actually gzipped, you know, and that confused the FastP program, okay? And then to fix it, I just rename the things to without the gzip, and that changes how FastP behaves. But to me, FastP should be a better citizen in the world of programs. FastP should actually check, is it really gzipped, you know, and not just look at the file name, you know. But that's the FastP people's problem, not John's script. But yeah, anyway, John, do you want to we'll have some last questions here, and then we really need to try and get people going with R, I think. Do we still have enough time? Before 4 o'clock we can do it? But are there any last questions for John before we... no. Have you said that this is safe in your Gitpod workplace, right? So it's not going to go away.
Yeah, it will go away.
But it's 10 hours, but it's... Yeah.
Just don't look and download.
Yeah, so don't even do the introduction to R, we'll do it next time. So just go to that slide where you've got the links for downloading. Right, Nazar?
Yeah.
Okay. So look, okay, you know what? Everybody's confused and their brains are not working because of what we've just gone through. Everybody take a deep breath, okay? Stop looking, Ndafa, and everybody, stop looking at your screen. You don't want to look at your screen. You want to look at Nazo, okay? Because I don't want you guys still be trying to fix your Nextflow, and Nazo's trying to explain to you about installing RStudio, and now you're not following. So, okay. Deep breath. Okay. Then we can start asking, and everybody sticky notes down. Sticky notes down. Then Nazo can ask who's got RStudio installed and all of those kind of things. So he's going to lead that process, okay? And then he can go through, and then we're all going to help people with any installation issues, okay? But if everybody has RStudio installed and it's simple, then we all go